Brazil's presidential election, which was just finished, turned out to be a peculiar one. There are not that many examples of a country holding major national elections on environmental issues. The winner, Lula da Silva, made climate and the Amazon rainforest a major issue in his campaign. What is even more remarkable is that he won when the national voters were normally unfazed by such concerns and instead focused on the issue of bread and butter. What will happen to planet Earth decades down the line is not there in their first priority. Such long-term concerns are usually left to volunteer organizations and climatologists. Lula, who is a former president himself, defeated incumbent President Jair Bolsonaro. During President Bolsonaro's tenure, deforestation in his Amazon Delta surged. Lula's lead to victory was by a margin, as many Brazilians supported Bolsonaro's indifference to forest conservation, instead supporting activities such as mining that brought jobs. Jobs and income are more important for the citizens of a developing country like Brazil, whereas the Amazon rainforest is important to the rest of the world and its inhabitants as the largest carbon sink in the world. Reducing them would make the region a massive source of carbon emissions, increasing temperatures and leading to further global warming, at a time when international concerns are to prevent it. When Lula was in power from 2003 to 2010, he launched a multi-year plan to strengthen environmental protection agencies, strengthen law enforcement, and reduce deforestation by creating protected areas in key locations. All of this had reduced deforestation by 80%. But when right-wing Bolsonaro came to power, he promoted logging, mining and ranching. It was endorsed by many ordinary people and local leaders because it will soon start boosting growth and income and reduce poverty. The key question is whether Lula and his environmental policies will succeed. The tantalizing answer for now is that he has yet to come up with a proposal for creating green jobs. Lula actually left power early and was serving a prison sentence for corruption charges. In the meantime, the future of Brazil, and more importantly, global climate change remains wide open. Is India's capacity still wide open to fulfilling its promise to become a net zero emitter by 2070, which it made at COP26 in Glasgow last year? Next UN climate conference will be held in Egypt for 27 Colombian pesos. At this meeting, records are to be reviewed and new promises will be made. As a developing country whose top priority is to raise living standards as well as increase consumption levels, India needs to do more than ever to keep emissions growth several notches behind income growth. Therefore, there is an urgent need for political leaders with insight and leadership qualities to prepare appropriate policies that must be marketed to the masses. If this is done properly, according to a McKinsey study that says, the benefits of a well-planned, orderly, accelerated transition could outweigh the downsides, given India's growth outlook. Though the study states that there is still a long way to go. Given the pace of expected economic growth, current emissions intensity reduction rates are insufficient to meet India's self-declared targets. Reversing this trend will require faster expansion of solar and wind farm capacities. More land will be needed to plant more trees, the number of electric vehicles being deployed to be increased exponentially and increase waste recycling rates. All of this requires a significantly increased rate of investment. What will India gain directly from pursuing the goal of net zero emissions other than being recognized as a good citizen of the world? Climate change is already costing the country in the form of erratic rainfall, extreme weather conditions such as floods and droughts, and rising sea levels that threaten to submerge some of the major coastal cities and valuable forests such as mangroves of Sundarban. As well as Himalayan glaciers are melting rapidly, and in future times the major rivers of northern India may only offer seasonal flows. Following proper guidelines can help mitigate these troubling trends. It convinces people that the right policies are just as good for them as they are for the planet, as is the case in Brazil. Please let me know what you think about India's way forward in the comments. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.